Well, I got another tattoo. Man, it's pretty when it's brand new.
Chase is eating some kind of ham sandwich. Sound delicious with American cheese on it. I don't know what's going on. America, my grandma died. New Year's Day. 4:30 in the AM. Almost. Yeah. January 2nd at 4:30 in the AM, I guess it would be. So, this is to Grandma. Grandma Bell, love you. Here's a question. Brian Welsh. He owns a place called... Ooh, I should know this, Brian. Artistic Expressions. And it's in... someplace really far north in Ohio. I don't know where it's at. Do you know where it's at, Chase? I wear that shirt. We don't know where it is, but it's called Artistic Expressions. Artistic Expression, Tattoo, Ohio. Do a search. You'll find it. Okay. He has a couple questions. For you, how do you schedule an appointment when you're not sure how long it will take? Like drawing on a person around other tattoos. Blah blah blah. I mainly, you know, I do a lot of big work, Brian. A lot of sleeves, a lot of big work. Thank the Lord. So I mainly only schedule people for 3 hours. And whatever we get done in that 3 hours, we get done. You wait 2 weeks or however long your bank takes to fill back up. And then you come back in and we finish it up. Or in the case of a sleeve, we continue to keep on working and keep on working and keep on working. So I don't put that pressure on myself, because you don't need that pressure on yourself, Brian. You don't need to be sitting there worried about how fast can I get this done because I got another guy coming in. That's a mistake, and it's going to affect your artwork. And what is the number one thing that we can do for our customers? Number one thing, besides respect them and appreciate them and thank them for coming in, give them the best tattoo that you can do. The absolute best tattoo that you can perform that day is what they deserve, and that's what you should do for them. So don't be having it in your mind that you gotta rush off to go see the hockey game. Who gives a fuck? Schedule them for 3 hours. You know you have to leave at 6, you're done at 6, gives you an hour and a half to get down to the hockey game. There's no reason you should have to rush, ever. And if you start to feel like you're rushing, that's when it's time to take your gloves off and take a 5-minute break, walk around, drink some water, get loose, and then come back into it. Never, ever rush your tattoo. So how much time? Don't know. Who cares? As much time as it takes you. If they have enough money to schedule for 2 hours, then schedule them for 2 hours. If the tattoo takes longer, it takes longer. They should know that going in. And my customers do know that going in. Maybe that's something that you should work on with your customers. I don't know. Second part of that question. What kind of pens work best for you that don't wipe off while you work or quit working while you're drawing on skin? Because sometimes pen will quit working while you're drawing on skin. I use Sharpies to rough it in, but for the final lines I've tried a lot of Bics. Bic makes a lot of friggin' pens, by the way, Chase. I don't know if you knew that. Like, it's a pen. How many pens can you make? I've tried a lot of different Bics. Wipe off while I'm working. Is stencil spray worth the money? No. Or is there a way you can just be careful and set into the line and on? I get it. Ready for work. Stay thirsty, my friend. I use, first of all, you should know this, Brian. When you're tattooing, your hand's gonna be on it, okay? So what you don't want to do is get that ink up here and then wipe. Okay? If you do a line, wipe towards the direction that you've already finished. Do a line. Here's me tattooing. When I wipe toward the part I just did. Okay? Numero uno, bro. Day one. Number two. Use plenty of lube so it stays on there even when you wipe. Because you can wipe that lube off, but leave the pen on there. On big stuff, I love to use Sharpie to kind of get my, you know, proportions and stuff. And then I start refining. I use a red and a black pen. I'm going to tell you the name of this pen. You're going to be super pissed though. It's made by Pilot. Right? Yeah. It's made by Pilot. It's called the Pilot Dash, the Pilot Super Dash GP, and there's a circle, 1.6. That's the millimeters of the ball at the end of this pen. It writes like a phenom. Look at that. Is it in focus?
Yeah.
Amazing. So that's been on there for what? 10 seconds? Amazing! Here's the bad news, Brian. Pilot, being the assholes that they are, due to internal conflict, will not let this pen be sold in America. When I went to Japan, I must have bought 1,000 refills for these, both red and black. I still have friends that live in Japan. I make them send me these pens. I'll send them $200 for pens because they're amazing. Look at that. I mean, that's on there, bro. That's on there. So there's websites that businessmen have dedicated to this pen because it writes phenomenally, because it does have such a bigger ball, which you're just not going to find in the States. So if you do find a website that will sell them, immediately send it to me and we will tell no one else. Brian, I haven't seen you since the friggin' tattoo contest in Fort Wayne, or where were we at? With Curtis's drunk ass. Anyway, get your butt down here, man. We need to hang out. I know you got 4 kids and shit, but good Lord, sometimes you need a break. Just tell the old lady, I'm taking a break. I gotta go hang out with bros. Tell her how it is, man. You're the boss. America, I fucking love you. Please send me your questions and boobies.